Is it the house?
Me neither.
versus
I don't
little thing
possess
where you can, like,
I
drive
don't
a
either.
car through
I
the
could get the
park?
same
You
looks
thought
and
it
they'd
was
laugh
a
at me.
court, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
The same
I've been in
quiet.
that house.
yeah. When she speaks, you do.
She's EFF.
That's the
looks like the
thing.
largest
Yeah.
house.
I
Yeah.
wonder where she went.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I have met her. I just didn't
I'm just
remember
telling
her
you.
name.
That's the life that I
went
want.
to
I
a-
want to be Cinderella.
A wedding shower.
Oh, yes. She's always hosting those.
We got 2 minutes.
Yeah, but she, they had added on.
We got a meeting tonight at 6:30 about the tax
About the tax?
renewal.
Who
You know how many people were here last time we did this town hall meeting for the tax renewal?
If it's the same house.
Yeah,
if
3
we're
adults
talking about
and
the
2
same-
children.
I wonder. I've seen
this
good things
winter
and I've seen
called
bad
the
things.
baseball.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah,
a
we
new post.
I
So
can
we
bear
want
a
to have
study
a
that
site
they
walk.
did for Northwest Arkansas.
Somebody opposing it. They created the post,
If your property touches
not
a-
just
Well,
comment
I
on
wanna
it.
know where the biggest house is,
that,
cause
like,
this
it's
woman's
quite a
house was
bit, like-
big.
On Meadowbridge?
But
Is Meadowbridge the
Selling
main
point.
drag? I think you,
But yeah, I'll get
like,
with you
as you're
on
in the
Gary
curve,
Vernon
you
on
probably
his
take a
contact
right
and
on that
see if he can help him
street
on
that,
funding.
is it cul-de-sac? It's on the right. Maybe it's not the biggest.
Yeah.
No, because she's right on
Yeah.
Meadowbridge.
He called the company, he contacted them through the internet,
Get Google Maps.
quotes, everything.
Let's clear this up before this meeting starts. We've got 2 minutes.
2 whole minutes, we can do this.
Okay.
He's a self-motivator.
Yeah, that's good.
I have my contacts and I can't see very well. I'm gonna zoom over to your house.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, he's on something else.
There's another one.
So Robin lives right here.
That's
This is
what's
our house.
really happening or
Yeah.
something like that, which I haven't got onto.
Yes, there you are. Yeah, it's the
Hey Greenwood, what's happening unedited? That's where it was.
I don't.
It was
know
this room right
into
here.
that.
Yeah, I'll do it just to see what they say.
Yeah, okay,
Is it
okay.
bad?
So
It's
it
back-
used to
it's
just be this
against
little
it.
back house right here, and then they added on this
Okay.
entire wing
I don't
to,
know.
in order to connect
There's
the house.
It,
So,
it almost
several
looks
posts.
as, almost as large
Well,
as the.
My
floor.
personal opinion, if it doesn't pass,
this whole area is just open.
you just don't get all the good stuff.
He's got a
No, yeah.
Oh, cool.
But, she has this table.
Okay, you ready?
Hold on, I gotta turn this on. It went to sleep.
Okay.
Ready?
She loves to host.
This is the Parks Commission meeting. Today is Tuesday, February the 17th, 2026. It is 4 p.m. Would you please call the roll?
Bobby Price.
Here.
Jennifer Travis.
Here.
Gwen Martin.
Here.
Cindy Bell is absent. Otis Edwards.
Here.
There's a quorum.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
I second the motion.
Mr. Price. Ms.
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
Ms. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. Edwards.
Yes.
It's unanimous.
All right. The first on the agenda is Freedom Fest Committee.
Members of the committee this year. There are some oldies but goodies in there, but I'm also really proud that most of this group is younger folks. Most of them were born and raised in Greenwood, some of them were new. So, I like the fact that we're a younger group. Instead of meeting in the month of February, I tried to get some of the introductory things knocked out of the survey that I just emailed to the group. This question was whether or not we wanted to host tent vendors this year, and it was a wide majority of yeses. The next question was whether we wanted to charge for tent vendors or not, and that was the same amount. Wide majority were all for charging for, so the commission's already decided on that, so this was just more of a formality to make sure that we were on the same page. I also asked them about the bands that we wanted to play this year. Again, a majority of folks decided on Barrett Baber. He's from Northwest Arkansas. He was a semifinalist on The Voice in 2015. So I think that he would have a large local draw, and also be very entertaining. And the good thing is that he's cheaper, by about almost half the other two folks that we had on the list. So it'd be a little more economical. first support, which would be the first band playing, Brandon Butler, they played last year. They were the country band that played last year, very talented. And then the second support was on the next page, or next slide, was Oreo Blue. And Oreo Blue is, they've kind of been a staple in the area for a while. Huge, they play all over Northwest Arkansas. Still cheaper than Cabbage Head and the Screaming Radises. So far on entertainment, we've come in below everything that we had last year, so really good news. And I think we're also gonna get a better product for what we're paying too. Oreo Blue plays the same style of music. It's still the oldies, so it's just gonna be different faces up there, more or less playing the same song. And this is the report from the group.
The Trails Committee have nothing to report at this time. Tree and Plant Board, Mrs. Bell's not here. Recreation Committee.
Yes, Casey and I met, I guess a couple weeks ago now, and talked through the recreation camp and kind of got all the details fleshed out. We have identified someone that will be the coordinator. She was one of our, I guess, coaches last time around. And so she's gonna be really great. She's a college student from Greenwood. She's in her third year of college, so she's a little bit older, but so she's good. We talked about getting, and you can maybe speak to some of this. We talked about going ahead and getting the announcements out for the camps, getting that rolling here around the first part of middle March, but also going ahead and getting the job application open for our counselors and our coaches. So we talked about money, what's gonna work as far as tuition that the students will pay, as well as the hourly rates that we'll pay the counselors and coaches. So I think we have it all worked out. We will ask for donations again, so if anybody has any businesses that you think would be a good fit, we're gonna connect with the businesses that had donated last year to see if they wanna do that again. But the way that we're structuring this, if we don't have any donations, we should still come out above. We did also talk about limiting the number of kids per week. We had such a great turnout last year, and it was just more and more kids every week. Literally, we were like, oh my gosh, more kids, more kids. People were signing up kind of last minute. Oh, my kid did it last week. Can they come again Monday? You know, this was Friday. So with the new online system that Casey has in place, we're gonna make sure that people sign up more in advance. We're gonna be a little bit more prepared, and we're gonna have to cap it. So, I mean, we only have so many counselors. We only have so much space in the pavilion. But anyways, so we're in a good shape for getting this going and getting it rolled out and being on time. So
Any questions?
Who did you decide to be the director?
is she doing it?
Person all.
Oh, okay.
That's a
I just
great
wanna make sure.
choice.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, I didn't want to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Carson. And it is the same 4 weeks in June that we did last year. So it'll be, I think in like the 26th, whatever that Friday was, so a little bit before the end of June.
Are there any items to be added to the agenda? Okay. Financial update.
Okay, since since the last time we met, the budget was vetted and it was vetted again and reviewed and approved. This is the first time you're gonna get a little bit of a summary of a highlight of what happened. at the time we did the budget presentation for the study session at the general, we had the conversation regarding our contingency fund. That was kind of the holdup because the balance was significantly unacceptable for what the reserve was. That was at the wishes of the city council. You guys stepped up to the plate early and you coughed into the surplus coffers, $19,822. That budget has not changed. That was your actual outside of what the finance department controlled. We made some tweaks. That number grew from your number as far as the amounts of expenditures were concerned, offset by the revenues, because of some of the things that the finance department decided to take some additional, more aggressive action on. So you're looking at $19,822 off of this is the operations side. That's the money that's funded by the county sales tax as well as the general fund. So that was a good thing as far as your restricted accounts are concerned. Nothing changed there. Those accounts and those balances are the ones that you approved as a commission and the city council has ultimately approved as well. Those are your restricted monies. The one number that's up here that you're gonna see that added into your 405,000 is the pavilion deposit checking. That won't be on your fund report because that's not your money until such time as it is your money. In other words, if you forfeit the deposit, it will come in as revenue. However, we're assuming that everybody is going to play by the rules and ultimately that money will be reimbursed back to them. So even though it is a restricted account under the auspice of Parks, it's not in your fund balance report because it's held offside in the balance sheet only. It's potential revenue, if you will. This was the contingency calculation and how it all fared it out. The 6 departments that made up the contingency fund for the general unrestricted, realizing that street has their own contingency and also the water sewer has their own contingency from their resources. This was the general unrestricted. The number that they decided on instead of 20%, which would have generated or yielded a little over $1 million, they, city council said the 15% was where they wanted to settle in, and that was $750,000. That helped in essence because we're basing that off of what is the expenditures that were budgeted, the total budgeted expenses for each of those 6 departments. So your budget on the operations side was $577,000. So that went into the calculation of what the contingency fund needed to be set at, and that was $4,900,000 is the amount that the 15% calculates from, or just under $750,000. Going back and doing some things to the budget itself, and then bringing it back and proposing it to the council. One of the things that we did was the general insurance dropped from a premium inflation of 15% down to 5%. That's one of the reasons why your property insurance and your insurance for your vehicles and your insurance for your equipment all dropped as far as your expenditures. That increased the amount of your surplus. As far as another thing that was suggested and I went ahead and did was the reduced parks to street contribution for assisted service down from $7,500 to $2,500, saving $5,000 as well. And that's significant because that helps only and solely the operating departments. Adjusted the LOPI contribution for police and fire because LOPI had generated over the years about $60,000 that was held in reserve just in case there was an unexplained major increase based on LOPI's guidelines. But we've now set that at around $20,000 as our reserve balance, and we pulled back in $40,000, which helped immensely. So by doing all of that, the budget reduction necessary is 0 because what we were able to accomplish was a projected general unrestricted fund balance reserve of $764,000 or $17,700 more than what we need to meet that allocation that was reserved. So we generated basically enough that there's nothing that had to be across the board impacted. Now, I'm gonna shift from that and say that this was the city sales and use tax that we received as far as our distribution in January came in at 4.4% above budget, which budget was 0. So we budgeted last year's monies this year, and we're already, just for the month of January, we're 4.5% up. So that helped your city sales and use tax side, or his capital side. And then the county sales tax came in at 1.04% above, which helps your operating side, because that goes into your O&M side. So that put a little bit of pressure, took a little bit of pressure off. Again, we're budgeting flat. So as long as that number stays positive, it's beneficial to both your side for city sales and use tax, which is your capital, and as well as the 1.04 on the county for your operations. So the only kicker in this is this rebate. And you saw what it did to us in February, and that's why we're anxiously and eagerly awaiting February numbers. But if you look down at the bottom, the percent rebate to distribution, last year we averaged 4.26%. Right now we're at 3.57. That number was a little high, but we're not anticipating this, and we're hoping this 115,000 does not materialize for end of year submission for rebate. As long as this number stays below 4.26%, we're on track. So we're kind of hoping that this number falls somewhere in the 95 to maybe 100,000 range. That's where we're kind of anticipating it to be. We think that their major purchases of the steel have already been done, and 2025 was not the year. This 115,000 represents the rebate submission for 2024's fiscal year. So we know that there's gonna be some more steel that's gonna be purchased for this bridge that they're seeing work being done right now, right out front. That bridge will be ultimately replaced, and they'll be buying some more steel. That's mostly your costly items. Most of the cement work had already been done, and you're seeing a lot of that in here. So hopefully that's a good thing. The other good thing that we saw was that the distribution, when you go back and look at how November was, because the city sales and use tax is a 2-month lag, so the money we get in January is November. We were actually, when you add back the adjustment for the rebate and the audit, we were up 4.03% in taxable sales. That's about almost $700,000 in additional retail sales in 25 November versus 24 November, which is distributed in 26 and 25. So that's where the amount of the taxable sales backing into our 2%. That means the city of Greenwood increased about 700,000 in November. Hopefully December will also fare about the same. We'll get that large pickup, and that will help offset or defray the rebate. And then this is your fund balance report. So we started and ended the year 2025 with total restricted fund generated, general funds of 524,000. You're at 537 right now, which is about 2.5% above. Remember, January's not a good month to compare because there's a kind of a holdback while the budget is being worked out in January as far as purchases are concerned and the amount of flow of funds. So that little pickup in January is a blip. However, when you look at where we are against last year, that 4.5% does help. You're up 25.71% from budget, which is what we're anticipating to end the year with. So I'm sure that once you start getting into the summer months and you start doing the Freedom Fests and everything of that nature, a lot of these numbers will change. One of the things that we see here in the splash pad is even though there's 75,000, that number is anticipated to drop to 0 because you're gonna end up paying out in 26 that last withheld payment on the splash pad for the work performed. So that's a reserve held amount. You're also, I don't know when you're gonna disperse the money on the inclusive part, might even be this year, so that money might drop off of this as well, but it is budgeted. So it's budgeted to be 0. And right now, that's the amount that's in there. So now we go to your actuals for the first of the month. City sales and use tax, that you're budgeted for, I don't have the budget numbers in here for this presentation, but we do now have them in, so I can bring them, to you at the next meeting. But for January, you're 16,000 ahead of the game as far as your revenue stream is concerned. When you look at the Parks A&P, you're 8,000 ahead of the game. You only had a $300, I think that public relations was for the Christmas on the Square. And then, for the Parks Department's operations, you're right at $500 overspent from the amount of county sales tax and the pavilion rental fees that had come in, and that's pretty liquid. I'd say that's break even as far as that's concerned. So you're on track. Those are the only three that you actually had activity on. So, next month you'll have a lot more in all the other departments, I'm sure. Plus, when the budgets kick in, it's not going to fail to report because there was nothing to report and it excludes those. So that's why you only have those. There you have it. Everything looks good right now.
Thank you.
Are there any questions? Okay. The first item on the agenda is the floating dock bridge project update.
I think it's just more of a formality to get a blessing on this. I did go to, Brandon and I went to the Water Wastewater Commission meeting and presented them the bridges we talked about last month. They were okay with it. The only thing they asked me to do is just get health department approval before we install them. And again, I think that's just gonna be a formality.
So like, what's that entail? Is that a pretty simple process, or is that?
I'll get some information from the manufacturer and send it over to the health department, and they'll just have to review, I'm sure, what
Materials made out of, and
kind of materials made out of. And then I'll also ask the manufacturer if they've ever installed these on water systems before, and then try to get some of that information as well.
Okay.
We just wanna vote, just cause eventually this will, we're gonna have to pay for it. Y'all have to approve it, if we pay for it.
Do you think they need to, are you gonna have to apply for a grant or anything? Do they need to make that part of their motion?
No.
No? Just a vote to proceed?
Do we have a vote to proceed, a motion, sorry. Do we have a motion to provoke to, do we have a motion to proceed with the dock project?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Price?
Yes.
Ms. Travis?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
It's unanimous.
Foundation report is not here. Director's report.
Make this brief, so it's still that big. Yes.
You need your other back there.
This is a map or a chart that I made in the past couple weeks. I just wanted you guys to see it so you weren't surprised by it. It shows each of our parks, the amount of space that we manage in the parks, and then it shows individual amenities for each park. Something I found inside of the National Parks and Recreation Association. I stole it from another park management.
Good.
But it looks cool.
Yeah.
It just gives you a snapshot as opposed to writing each individual amenity out like we have it on the website now. So I'll ask Stage and Mel to put this on the website, and then we'll use it on social media too. Just so folks are aware of what we have in each of our parks.
Can I make a, sorry, that next one is very important to me, so, but just, would it be possible, so when you have check marks, say, under grills,
Yeah.
could we put 6? Or I can, like, instead of a check, maybe, could we do that? Same for like volleyball, 2,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, just so that people understand that there's lots of them, you know? I mean, I think it's just, showing that there's more.
Which technically at Greenwood City Lake, isn't there picnic tables and grills with
There is.
Out there.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
It's like we need more walking trails.
Pickleball courts, so those will be resurfaced. They said the soonest they could get to it is in April.
Those high-rises too.
Yeah, no, let's hope not.
So fancy.
Unfortunately, the outside temperature has to be above 50 degrees, even at night.
Mm.
So that pushes us back to April, hopefully. The reason I put this picture in there, this is the design I'd like to go with. It's more traditional. I think right now everything's blue. And I'd rather have the green boundaries on the outside and the blue on the inside of the court. It just looks a little classier.
Mhm.
Defines them better.
Yeah. Nice.
Inclusive park update, that's only in there just to say that we're still on schedule. I think I talked about last meeting that we're not able to start construction until we have our notice to proceed from the state. So we'll have to wait on that. Those meetings are in April, if I remember correctly. But it gives us time to kind of get our ducks in a row, and start working, on the direction or the project management. So we know what we need to do first. Should show you the pavilion schedule, how we're looking for this year. Right now, we're actually kind of ahead of schedule, in my opinion. I think that we're gonna be right on track for 110, 100, probably closer to 120, hopefully this year. I can also say that we've installed the new HVAC unit on top of the pavilion too, so we have 2 brand new units, that are working on the pavilion.
Is the new reservation system in place? Is that working good?
Some people are not so excited about it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's, it's not as user-friendly on a cell phone, but on a computer, it's very user-friendly in my opinion. There's a newer version of that application
Yeah.
that we're supposed to be converted to soon. And it is much more user-friendly. Hunter uses it for his permitting and such, and it is a little bit easier to follow than what we have in place right now.
Even on phones?
I think, I haven't seen it on a phone. You said what was it?
I've not dealt with it much on a cell phone. It's definitely workable on a phone. I've not interacted with it too much though.
Okay.
There's just one piece of the system right now that is a little tricky on the phone.
Okay.
How's it helped your workload? Did it free it up much? About the same?
I just have to click a couple buttons.
It's a lot easier than what you were having to do before?
Yep.
Good deal.
I mean, I'm doing more, but not nearly as much as I was doing before.
Yeah, yeah.
It's also taken a lot of strain off the guys in the water office too, because they have to do next to nothing. They don't have to see anyone anymore. And I think it is working, we're still probably ironing out some kinks, but it's working a lot better on the back end too.
Well, and you're not getting phone calls and having to like, okay, write it down somewhere or put in your, like, yeah. So,
And
there's-
this manages double bookings much better.
Mhm.
It's not possible anymore.
So great.
Just everything will be ran through this. We won't have a Google amount of paper anymore.
Didn't we change up the reservation policy too? Like they have put the deposit down? Is that in place? Has anyone pushed back on that? Good.
Next
Go ahead.
question.
Your video that you put out,
Mhm.
very nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Haley, you did a really good job on
I
that.
figured everybody'd seen it already. Have y'all seen
Oh
it?
yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Good.
Very good.
I tried to, so there's different segments inside of that. We're going to chop those segments up and make like reels where you can watch them in a minute. I think that's gonna be a little more effective in the next couple weeks.
Who was the videographer?
His name's Ben Vandermeer. He runs Premier Photography. There's a lot of real estate stuff primarily.
Did good though.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Here's another department that's gonna reach out to you about that. They,
Oh, yeah.
were impressed by it, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
Cool. Good.
They wanna do it for their department.
Okay. Absolutely.
Is he a Greenwood person?
No.
Okay, so there's a business called Diamond Aerial something that
Yeah.
is Greenwood.
Okay.
I know you've already started working with this guy and you like him,
Mm.
but just in case, it might be nice to stay home.
Yeah.
I just saw them. I've never used them.
Was it pretty cost effective?
It was $1,000.
He used to work for Bedford.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
He's really good.
I kinda figured $1,000 could make us $1 million. It's a pretty good investment.
So
Yeah.
those little 1-minute segments, will there be anything different about them?
No, it's just gonna be that same video sliced up.
Smaller.
Like
Yeah.
different music or anything?
Sure.
That would be the only thing I agree.
There's,
Thank you,
It
thank
sounds
you.
like you had.
there's only so much you can pick from that's not copyrighted.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware of that too, but you could pick better.
I tolerated it.
Thanks.
I didn't notice it being bad.
Oh,
Oh,
well, the next time you listen to it, you'll be like,
I'm
oh.
a musician.
Okay.
Yeah, the non-copyright pool is pretty.
Yeah.
Decent. I get it.
Sometimes it's best to use like the nature sounds or something in
Yeah.
the background. That's what I started doing like when I was doing videos like that. Just
Mhm.
Tom could create an original score.
Why not?
Oh, yeah, Tom.
Good. I didn't know he was doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, she
I could
is.
have provided background music.
That's right. You wouldn't charge him anything.
At least not $1,000.
That's all I got for
Are there any other comments?
Well, the foundation report, Cinda asked for
Oh.
that to be removed from future agendas, so you won't, unless there's an objection, you won't see that on the future.
Do we
She
need
thinks
to
it's-
vote on that?
Oh, it's up to you. Yeah. I mean, I'll just note that there's no objections to removing it at her request.
Is there a reason?
Yeah, she said that they're not really providing grants. The foundation really doesn't have a lot to do. Whereas when the park was newer and needed more done to it, but now it's pretty built out, and they're finding that there's no one coming in for grants, and so there's really not a report. I mean, I don't even know how long it's been since the report was given.
You have 961 from that still in the funding.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can get that released.
from which foundation?
PRCF, is that the foundation?
No,
Oh, no.
this would be the Bell Park.
Bell Park Foundation.
Oh,
My intention is to use it to pay for the video.
We might talk to Cinda
Right.
about that, keeping that 501c3 open though.
Oh, I think we'll remain open.
Okay,
She just didn't want to report every time.
gotcha, okay, easy.
Yeah, that's kind of part of the partnership.
No problem.
That's all.
All right, any other questions or concerns? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion to adjourn.
second.
No
Thank you,
objections?
guys.
I think that's a new record.
That is a record.
I love it.